Normally a few days before a rezero light novel comes out, the coloured illustrations are released to the public, and this video will be going over the coloured illustrations of rezero volume 28, which will be coming out on Christmas, so the 25th of December. So volume 28, of course, as you can see, here's the cover featuring a divine general, which is Yorna, and we've just met her this chapter and this sort of arc. So moving on to the first illustration, this one isn't actually coloured, but it's coloured due to fan art, and we can see Aldebaran fighting Arakia. Of course, this continues on from the cliffhanger of Priscilla's appearance, and we see Aldebaran facing off against Arakia. Of course, Aldebaran is utilising his ability in this fight because he does sort of inhuman movements and he seems to know where to block. But yeah, that's a good illustration. Moving on to, in my opinion, the most interesting one, which is the victory condition chapter of the web novel, where, of course, Vincent talks about the victory conditions, which is to obtain 5 of the 9 divine generals to win the war, and it will allow Vincent to reclaim the throne. And this is the first time we've gotten the artwork of every single divine general. Of course, we have Yorna, and we also have this sort of dragon lolly, which is on the left hand side with this sort of bluish colour, and she's got like a weird boomerang weapon, but I believe her name is Madeline and she's a dragon. So of course we're going along with this sort of Fire Emblem 1,000-year-old dragon lolly storyline, which I feel like that's going to be the case, where she's like 1,000 years old and she's a lolly. Kind of like what Fire Emblem does. I'm not sure if any of you have played Fire Emblem, but this is such a great illustration. We can see every single divine general, and of course we see Satella up in the top corner, which should be a interesting plot point to see Satella in action. Moving on, the other coloured illustrations we have one with Priscilla and Rem. Nothing much really to talk about it. This is of course after Subaru leaves to go to the city of Chaos Flame, and I'm assuming this is when Priscilla is like, I'll teach you magic, and Rem is talking about herself, and you know, honestly nothing much really. And of course finally we have Yorna with her feet. I'm not sure what Otsuka, the artist, is doing. It does feel like he might be playing into a bit of a foot fetish here. Especially, again, I find it a bit funny. Sorry, I'm doing this in one take, by the way. So, yeah, so Yorna's foot and Yorna, and we have, of course, Natsumi, who is Subaru cross-dressing, and we also have Medium, and we have, most importantly, the fake Vincent, which is theorized to be Chisha Gold in disguise. So he's, of course, going to Yorna, because remember, the whole point of Chisha Gold being there was to break down the relationship between Yorna and Vincent. So that way, when the real Vincent showed up, the real Vincent wouldn't be able to recruit Yorna. So if you guys remember, that was the actual plot point. That's the reason why Chisha Gold showed up, to break down the relationship between the real Vincent and Yorna. And if, of course, the real Vincent cannot recruit Yorna to his party, then he would be at a disadvantage. And that's, of course, Chisha Gold's plan. So these are the illustrations which have come out for Arc 7. Let me know what you think. I think they're really interesting. I really do like the Divine General one. And if you're watching this, the web novel will most likely start resuming very soon. So look forward to that. This was like a quick video, by the way. This is just like something I'm doing in like 4 minutes. But yeah, that will be it, and I'll see you guys next time when I actually release a proper video.